Welcome to the Angel Mystic Podcast. I am super excited you are listening because this is where spiritually open minds can come together to explore the wonders of angels, spiritual connections, and the art of manifesting. Hosted by me, Amanda Tooke, the Angel Mystic, your spiritual midwife to help you on your journey to a fulfilling and happy life. You may have seen me on ITV, Channel 4, or even in Fate and Fortune magazine. In each episode, we will delve into the mystical world of angels, offering you insights, guidance, practical tools to deepen your connection with the upstairs so that you can find inner peace, happiness, joy, and create the life that you want. Tune in for weekly, fun conversations, transformational insights that will elevate your spiritual journey and awaken your inner mystic. Please hit subscribe now as we embark on a transformational adventure with the Angel Mystic Podcast. Here we are. Welcome back to podcast 105. Oh, yes. Today's podcast is all about what does it really mean when we use the word psychic? What does it mean in your life to use your psychic abilities? And do you have any? So welcome back, or hello if you are new. We're diving into a topic today that lots of people are really curious about and maybe even a little bit nervous about. What does it really mean to be psychic? Now, I know on my journey as a spiritual teacher for 15 years, and I can remember when I first, started my spiritual business, and it was a shop. It was a physical shop in Windermere. And I can remember really struggling with the title of what do I call myself? Am I a psychic? Am I a clairvoyant? I went through all the different titles I could possibly think of. And it was Spirit that gave me the name of the Angel Mystic. But I know when people hear the word psychic, your mind can jump to things like fortune tellers, gypsies on the pier, crystal balls, spooky predictions, and all of that stuff. But it's actually not what psychics are about. So my experience and what I believe to be true is psychic is about being in tune with energy. It's about receiving things that don't always come through your 5 normal senses. And it's not about having strange woo-woo powers, but it's about reconnecting, because I think we were all connected once and we've disconnected to something that is in with all of us, which is our intuition. So some people are really in tune with their intuition. They feel it strongly in their body. It's that real gut instinct. Some people call it the sixth sense. Some people will see it as images in their mind's eye, and others will just have this really deep knowing. It just sits in the core of you. You know that. And the difficulty is often trusting that deep knowing. Maybe you've been already experiencing some of this, like when you think about someone and then they call you, or you bump into them, or you walk into a room and you can just sense an atmosphere, like something's gone on in that room. This is your psychic ability. This is like your inner compass that was once developed and has got a little bit forgotten about, and you are reigniting it. It helps you navigate it, when I say it, I mean life, with more clarity, more confidence, more trust. And how it shows up in everyday life, or how it shows up for me in everyday life, is that it really helps me make better decisions. So you may have heard me say this before, because it's something the angels do talk a lot about, is how we can't make any wrong decisions in life. We either get what we think we're going to get, or we get what we need in terms of lessons and learnings. So all that time that we are deliberating and we are not trusting our inner guidance, not trusting that gut instinct, we're asking everyone else's opinions, we're not using our intuition, we're overthinking. Where psychic awareness helps you cut through all that noise. And instead of like spinning your wheels, you can start to trust that inner guidance, that nudge in the right direction. It might be within your work, within your relationships, around money, whatever you're wanting to manifest. And I think it does help you build stronger relationships because you pick up on other people's true energy and intentions because they could be masking something, they could be hiding something, and you can see through that and know the deeper connection. So that helps you connect with the right people and also step away from people that are not really aligned with you at your core. We also can use it to help our own emotional well-being because when we're in tune with energy, it really helps you know what's right for you, what belongs to you, and what doesn't. So you can release things that are not yours. You know, you might be picking up energy from a friend, from a loved one, and you might even be feeling physical ailments in your body and pain. And you can check in using your psychic skills and your intuition. Is this mine or is this somebody else's that I've adopted? And you can give it back. So it can help in so many ways, help you feel more balanced, more grounded, and helps with your life direction. You know, I hear people all the time saying, I just want to know what my life's purpose is. And your life's purpose isn't one thing that runs throughout the whole of your life, though there might be a theme with those purpose in lots of different ways. And what I mean by that in my example, so when my children were small, my life purpose was to be the best mom I could be. Now my children are adults. My life purpose is to do this spiritual work, is to start people on their spiritual journey. So psychic messages can confirm what your soul already knows. And you feel it, you like it sits so strongly in you. You know, that calling, that interest, that desire you have to do things, your path, your purpose. And that's alignment that makes you feel like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. And when you've not got that, you feel lost. So developing your intuition will always pay off. Developing your psychic skills will always help you. And when we do connect with spirit, our psychic abilities are essential because they open up the doors to those deeper connection with our angels, with our guides, with our loved ones in spirit. And it reminds us that we are never alone. I never, ever feel lonely because I'm not alone. And neither are you. We are all connected. We've all got all these, what I call the upstairs, the collective name for your angels, your guides, your loved ones. We've all got that around us. It is a choice whether we connect in with it. But it will give you great comfort if you do. And I think as well, using your psychic skills is really empowerment. And my work is so much about empowerment rather than dependency. I hate the thought of people thinking the only way they can connect with their angels is by having a session with me. That's not what I'm about. You can do that for sure. You can book readings with me, not a problem. But I would much rather empower you to connect with your own angels whenever you want. And that's empowerment for you. Psychic ability isn't about becoming dependent on someone to tell you what to do. And it's just making me think about a client that I very sadly I say sadly had, and like, you'll understand why in a moment. But this lady had lost her son, and she came and her husband came for regular readings. And I had to stop doing regular readings because they literally booked them asking to speak to him. That's not empowerment. It's much better that I help that person connect so they can connect to the spirit whenever they want. And this is something that I really believe that we can all do. But it is about trusting your own wisdom, becoming your own guide in this. And yes, it can totally freak you out when you get a premonition or you know something and it turns out to be, disturbing or shocking news. It can like blow your socks off how accurate you've been. But that's you just adjusting to the energies of who you really are. And it is really about getting over those doubts of when you're receiving, which why is that even English? I don't think it is. But it's why in spiritual boot camp, I spend a whole month with everyone in there, helping them understand their own energy first. If you don't understand your own energy first, how can you understand what you are receiving from these that are often invisible realms and very subtle energies? And you'll be receiving in different ways that gut instinct, that feeling, that knowing, that sensing, the hearing, the seeing, the tasting, the smelling. This is all your psychic abilities. But a big part of it is your intuition. And that's what you have to trust. That's what you have to lean into 100% and allow it to show you how accurate it can be and how right you are and how that can totally freak you out. But that deep knowingness is all part of it. Trusting is essential. And you might feel like a bit of a freak and be worried about people judging you, especially when you're early on the journey and you've not got enough trust in yourself yet. And it also could be that within your past lives, you've had things like maybe you've been killed for prophecy, maybe you've been burnt at the stake. And this is all going to affect this life now because we have ancestral things going on. We have past life things going on in this life. Life is not what we actually see. It's far greater, far deeper. But the stronger your connections are, the more you trust, the less you're going to be bothered about what others think. So it isn't about predicting every little detail of the future. It's about living with flow, living with the guidance so that you know the decisions you're making are right for you, that you can understand your energy, the energies around you, the relationships around you, and align with your highest good. It's practical, it's empowering, it's available to everyone, including you. So now we will get the cards going, which of course you need to use your psychic skills for. And we will, first of all, clear them. And we'll get some guidance for the 15th to 21st of September. It is racing along, isn't it? Nearly at the start of autumn. And autumn, of course, is the time of, just like the trees let go of all their leaves. That's a time for you to be letting go of what you no longer want. It's a time to prepare for hibernation so you can emerge in the spring, a new version of you. And if you want help with that, there's lots of exciting things coming up in Angel HQ. And you can have a look at all of that in the show notes and keep an eye on them because honestly, there is some good stuff coming. That's all I'm saying. Good stuff coming. And all new stuff as well. So, well. What do we have here then? Interesting cards. Okay, this is it's quite a balanced week. The cards are balanced in colour. They're quite neatly come out. That yeah, it feels a good solid grounding week. But there is some things that we need to consider. We are starting the week with meditation. This is the Monday card, meditation. Now, I feel like I really want to rewrite this and say this isn't just about meditation. This is about soulful connections. Soulful connections to the upstairs, soulful connections to those around you. And when you do have those soul connections where you feel understood, you feel heard, you feel seen, you can feel those little tugs like, yeah, they get you. That's dead easy to get with the upstairs, 100%, especially with your angels. It's more rare in human form, but that's what you want to be calling in as we are preparing to go into the darker days because they will bring the light. So this card is talking about meditation, but it is also talking about connecting in the ways that you want to. So if you love a good meditation, crack on. If you find more connection in nature, do that. If you're like me, where you get a good old chat with your angels as you're driving down the road or you're swimming, do that. It's about doing spirituality your way. There's no rules in any of this, but make sure that you are connecting and look out for number synchronicities, timings on the clock, 11:11, all of that all helps you understand your signs. Those signs, again, link to your intuition about you going in the right direction. Tuesday's card is the romance card. And I do feel like this needs to be more about, because sometimes I feel like this card's more about passion and doing what you're passionate about in terms of hobbies, but I feel like this is more about love. And love always starts with yourself. The old cliche, how can you expect anyone to love you if you are not loving yourself? But I do feel if you're wanting love in your life in terms of love from another person, romantic love, it's time to start pushing forward with that and not feeling scared about what you have to be vulnerable with and open up to. So that is your card for Tuesday. And if you don't want a new relationship, maybe you want to inject some more love into the one that you've got or into just loving yourself more. Take it whichever way you want. Wednesday, we've got the boundaries card. Now, boundaries start with us. Boundaries don't start with anyone else. They start with us. So what's not working in your life right now that you feeling like a little bit triggered with, a bit moany with? What boundaries can you set with yourself? I'm just not available for that. I'm just not going to do that. I'm no more people pleasing. What are those boundaries that you have been knowing about doing that you needed to call in and set in place, but you've been avoiding? Now is the time to do that. Always going to be easier with your angel's help. And look out for butterflies, which have been phenomenal this summer, haven't they? Have they been around you too? Because they have been crazy around me. I have never seen as many butterflies as I have this year. Please don't tell me I'm the only one. Don't tell me that all the butterflies are living in my garden, which actually is not true because I've seen them everywhere I've gone. But I would love to know, have you seen lots of butterflies? We've got the no card for, what's it going to be? Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. So it sort of goes with the boundaries card from Wednesday. The no card is confirming that we need to say no. Again, that feels like we need to say no to ourselves first before we can say no to other people. And this is no, not never. This is just no now. So do bear that in mind. We've also got messages in music that we need to be listening out for. You know, when you put a play track on, is that the right word? No, playlist on. And the tracks mean something to you. The words in those songs mean something. Pay attention to that. That is a way that they're communicating. And we've got butterflies on that card too. No coincidence there, because there is no coincidences, is there? It's just synchronicities. Friday, it's the new life card. It's like chance for a new start. If you're feeling like, I want a new start, I want to draw a line under that and move on, Friday's your day to do that. And I feel that needs to come with really clear intentions of what those new beginnings need to be for you to live that purpose that we were talking about before, that you can tune into by using your intuition. We've also got little white feathers that we've got on that card to look out for as one of your signs, and a little bird coming close to you. Often it's a robin. We're going into the weekend. I want to read the weekend cards together because we've got the blockages and we've got the release card. So it feels like this weekend needs to be doing a little bit more deeper work on ourselves, where we're looking at what is standing in our way and we are releasing it and letting it go. So it's a big sort of two-parter over the weekend. Do look out for sparkly lights at the corners of your eyes. They're like the little white flashes that you see when you turn your head. They're the angels. They're trying to catch your attention. They're also trying to show you light when you're in the darkness. So keep heading for the light, releasing what's not serving you, which is a perfect time to do it. Honestly, these cards are so apt this week. It is amazing, absolutely amazing. That is it for today. I hope you've got lots from this podcast. Please let me know in the comments. As ever, like, review, share, and I'll see you back next week. Bye for now. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If so, please hit follow and share my message by sharing with your friends. It would be amazing if you can leave a review. All this will help, and it activates the universal law of the more you give, the more you receive. So it's a win-win. You can find more good stuff between episodes over on social media. Just search The Angel Mystic on Facebook, Instagram or TikTok, or check out the links in the show notes. I'd love for you to connect more over in my free group in Abundance Manifesting, all on Facebook. Hope to see you there.